You ever heard of an in and out owner operator?
No.
That's because I just made it up. But check it out. This interesting call, man. There's some guys. It's come across my table a few times, but it's guys who are looking to become owner operators for a short period of time to generate some revenue to do other ventures. So they look at it a way to raise capital. They're very strategic about it, not ignorant. Like they don't know anything about anything, just coming into it blind. They have a plan, a business plan. The guy was like, man, I'm looking to do this for like 4 or 5 years max. I want to raise as much money as I possibly can, and then get out. While understanding his first year is going to be difficult because he's new to the business. That's why he's giving himself some time. So, I mean, let's talk about that a little bit. I welcome the entrepreneurship, the visionary aspect to it, because rather than him staying in whatever job he has, just waiting for something to happen, he's going to make some actions and make moves on it. And I think it's possible. You probably see that more than we think. How many guys do we know that actually?
You can call me in and out owner operator.
How so?
Because first of all, I never planned to drive a truck ever. I just landed in the truck at some point.
Okay.
Because again, came in to US, no English, no nothing. You still gotta live. You still want to live like middle America.
There you go.
McDonald's is not gonna cut it. Washing dishes in the casino is not gonna cut it. Driving truck, you don't need that much English.
Red stop, gringo.
And that's it. And I drove as a driver for a year. Bought a truck. Again, same thing, to raise capital, to make as much money as they can. Did they do it right? No, I wasted a lot of time. But eventually, I got the point. So my 5 years of in and out turned into actually probably like 12 years.
All right.
Of OTR.
Here we go.
And eventually I was out of the truck because, again, not everybody wants to drive the whole life. I'm not against it. Like, I actually find one time I had to deliver a load that the driver wasn't able to deliver. It was peaceful, man. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. But at the end of the day, I raised some capital. I bought some equipment, and then I started moving to the corporate side.
Yeah, because I think it's very interesting to see a fresh pair of eyes on something, right? Because let's say an owner operator has been in this game through ups and downs and all of that, right? We get some limited belief systems, what's possible and what's not. But when you have somebody full of energy just coming in with a mission and a goal, fresh set of eyes, nothing's tainted. He's got a plan.
I actually think some of these guys can be a lot more effective than some lifers. Not to talk shit about lifers, because some people just love every day of it. I remember when I was an owner operator, and for me to transition out, man, it was a big challenge.
Really?
Because I loved my loneliness. I loved my freedom. I loved my imaginary freedom, to where I can hit the road, I can work really hard for a couple of weeks, and then I can come back home without any set day to go out and just like take some rest.
Even though it's just a 34 and you're back out.
Very likely, but at the end of the day, like imaginary, I could if I wanted.
You chose that. You're in charge.
So, and again, like at the beginning when I was making all the mistakes in the world, not in the beginning, it was actually my mid-journey as an owner-operator, the most mistakes that I made. Because at the beginning, I was afraid.
Yeah.
And being afraid is good because you push yourself. Like you keep pushing. Like the first year, man, I missed, I would say, I only missed half a week of work one freaking time.
And it was probably something like super pressing that...
No, it wasn't something super pressing, but it was pressing on me internally. It was just a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me right now. But back then, like, it was pressing on myself because, like, shit, man, it's Monday and I'm not out. Oh, crap, it's already Tuesday, I'm not out. It was, like, weighing really hard on me. And then once I got comfortable, that's when I started making all the mistakes.
And then just kind of snowballs.
It snowballs from there. Almost lost everything.
And guys, before we start shitting on this idea, like, check it out. There's a lot of owner operators, man. Especially even when I was up in Jersey, a lot of port work, man. That stuff dies down in like January, man. It's freaking dead. Like you're working every other day and shit like that. So A lot of guys take that opportunity to go back to their countries, wherever it may be, for like a month, 2 months. I mean, we have people that head back for 2-3 months at a time. So they're doing exactly what these guys are talking about. They're raising capital while here and then taking it to wherever they have to go, and they have a balance.
Plenty of people that actually come here, drive a truck for 6 months, and then go back home for a couple months, live like a king. And
I know, man, because at the end of the day, we can talk all this smack we want about trucking, and obviously, yeah, man, there's room for improvement. I understand all that piece, but you know, it's one of those industries that people always have like as plan B as well. Like, hey, let me go venture out, and even if a guy went to do a restaurant or something, then like it didn't go too well, his food truck comes back to, man, let me recoup that dough.
It is still my plan B. Man, I keep my CDL active, I keep my medical active. I'm ready to go with a moment's freaking notice, man. Like, for real. That's the only thing that I can guarantee, because I can only guarantee what I personally can do.
Right.
I personally cannot drive 50 trucks, 60 trucks. I can only drive one truck at a time, and that's my plan B. If something ever happens, I can always jump back in the truck and raise some capital fairly quickly, knowing what I know right now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So knowing what you know now, but even for the guy entering in the market, as long as he knows the basics, and the guy's reasonable person, just a reasonable business owner guy, he can operate within those boundaries. I think sometimes not knowing too much may be the actual problem. Like sometimes that guy may find success in this because he's so focused, he's so hyper focused on what he's about to do that there's no time for all these little innuendos to get in the way of his goal.
I actually know the guy that dedicated a couple of years to trucking. Literally spent on the road those couple of years with like very few days and at home in between, and moved overseas, bought his house, bought the car, had plenty of money to start a small business there.
There you go.
Something chill, something not as stressful as trucking. And I mean, it is my understanding he's just lives an easy life ever since.
So I wonder, is there any other in and out industries that you guys know about? Put it in the comments below. Maybe you can have a plan C.
Yeah, Mike. Good ideas are always good. But I just think sometimes, like when you started this topic, because again, coming here, I didn't know the topic. It kind of caught me off guard. But now when I think about it, man, I can see where I can have a lot of respect to those guys, because we know what we want. We can be very dedicated, because you can be in trucking all your life beating around the bush and literally having nothing, just like that one posting that you showed me yesterday.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy. But and you can have a very motivated individual who knows what he wants. And trucking is a very, very good place to come, give it your all, and make a lot more money than you can make in other industries very, very fast. I mean, the cost of that is going to be huge too. You're not living your life. You're not home every night. You're missing a lot of holidays. You're missing a lot of family time. You're missing all that stuff. But if you know what you want, that's a very, very fast way to get things going and improve your life and reach your goals, start your business, do whatever you want.
So there you go. So just talking shop, just putting ideas out there for those who are thinking of doing it. We're not talking passive income to put a driver in there and then get the check in the mail. That's for a different video, different topic.
I think unless you drove for a year, at least a year yourself, I think that passive income thing is going to be...
The problem with that, man, it's like you really have to find that guy or that girl that's going to drive your truck that cares more about your business than you do. Like, it's a rare commodity, and whatever happens.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And that's 90% of the success is finding that quality driver. And then it kind of snowballs from there. But that's the hardest part about that piece of the equation, is finding that right person for your truck.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, guys, be safe, drive safe. Remember, Mike needs a plan C, so put that comment below and we'll go from there.
All right, guys, take care.